that.
Yeah, dude, everyone's got their hobbies, man. Everyone's got their hobbies. So we went and saw Joe Rogan last night. That was fun.
It was.
It was nice to... I mean, so now I've seen Rogan, Chappelle...
I haven't seen Chappelle.
And Joey Diaz live.
I want to see Chris Rock, Chappelle, and Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, I don't think...
What?
He doesn't do much traveling anymore, does he?
I don't know, but he's funny as hell.
Yeah, he is pretty fucking funny.
He's funny.
Very,
If he ever shows up, I want to go see him. Yeah, he's very funny.
Joey was good. Duncan was interesting because like he did like 35 to 45 minute set, maybe a little less than 45, probably 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went into like him talking.
Well, not jokes, just him talking. Well, that's cool. If he's talking about something interesting.
Yeah, I mean he was talking about you've heard Duncan Trussell on all the shows.
Yeah.
He was talking about the shit. You know, it was kind of like a one man podcast type thing, which was interesting. But again, you know, I left him cookies.
You did.
I took a bunch of crushed up cookies and I stuck it to his tour van because someone had stuck a book to his tour van, like on the window.
Oh, okay.
So I stuck it behind the book and left him there, and then. Tom said that he was listening to his podcast and he had said something about it. And
About the cookies?
Yeah, the cookies were good.
No shit.
The book was cool. Yep. It was like, ha ha.
What is this, Deadhead?
Yes.
Now I can tell the difference.
It's either Deadhead or it's floor stuff, so I think it's floor Deadhead. It's off the floor, you know. Because the other shit's not ready.
Tastes really good.
Oh, man. It is on point. This is gonna remind everybody why they love Deadhead. Over fucking everything else.
That taste. I love that taste.
They love the blueberry though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the blueberry.
No.
The blueberry is the best when you let it dry just a little bit more. I left it out and it dried just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I rolled the joint this morning. It was dynamite.
Oh man.
I'm getting ready to sell it, I think. Somebody wants some. I don't know what they want yet. I need to have a grow.
Yeah. Hey, do that outside.
As soon as I get this house straightened around. But see, I'm going to put my house up for sale.
I know, you keep saying that.
It's going to be hard to have a grow and have my house for sale.
We need to find you a nice place down there and start working on setting up an actual, like, micro business.
Yep.
Get a micro business license and find some neighborhood that we can set up in. Start taking over the neighborhood. Start using money to buy the properties.
That's what we need to do. Like, you know, you got blocks of empty lots in Detroit.
I want to buy properties.
If you could buy like a whole block, because you're just buying the lots. Lots are like $150.
I know,
I don't know if
the
they
taxes that get you.
Yeah, but the lots on the taxes on a lot is like about $300 a year.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If there's no house on it, it's only about $300 a year.
As long as there's no park and no cement either, because if you have cement, you get water billed on that shit or something.
Right. Well, you know, you gotta either that or find a building that's got multiple units.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You need to find a building that's got a storefront and has
stuff upstairs. And maybe even in the back, a garage door that opens up that you can pull in and out. There's plenty of buildings like that in Detroit. Just
because in order to do the micro business, you have to have everything done there.
Yeah.
Minus the testing. It has to be sent out to be tested somewhere else. But the packaging, everything, it would be a good spot to set up for like connoisseur cuts and stuff, like that type of thing.
That's what I'm thinking about. And you can do all your little things right out of the air.
Spend a little more money, like put a little.
I just ain't got the money. I don't have any fucking money.
Well,
when I sell this house, I might have some dough.
I got some people looking. This one, I've had multiple people ask me about investment, looking to invest in something.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't tell you about them if they weren't good people.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them is a decent person, so they want to try to invest. Who doesn't? But at the same time, something I put my name on, they'd like to invest in.
Yeah. It'd be nice to get something done within the year or so, because
it's gonna take at least, I say it's gonna be about 6-7 months before people start opening up anything for rec.
Right.
Because of the licensing.
But if we can get into a building or something,
well,
in the meantime, to start working and getting this ready. Especially if I
got that place on Michigan Ave.
Especially if I could live there too. I like to be able to live there. Like go upstairs and go to bed at night, open it up in the morning, have it going all day.
Mm-hmm. You heard about the Michigan Ave place, right?
Mm-mm.
Mike, the guy we rent from,
mm-hmm.
He has he bought a building, an old cleaners, that's on Michigan and Livernois.
Right, you tell me about that.
Yeah, the bank.
I know where it is.
It's right
next door to it.
Yes. And it is set up perfect. I mean, it's fucking needs to be gutted and redone, the whole thing. But
Right. Is that just one story, or is that?
It's two, and it has ability to separate the two. Because you have two entrances on the front of this building.
I mean, is it just one story, or is it two stories?
It's two, but there's two entrances that go in, like, they're connected. They're not...
Oh, okay.
They're the same. But there's two entrances on the front of the building, so you could actually separate the upstairs from the downstairs.
I got you.
And then create the fucking... Because that's his idea. Well, not his idea, but what the plan is to actually put a dispensary / coffee shop up top. Well, a dispensary down below, coffee shop up top.
Yeah.
So
they got the building already, right?
Yeah, he already owns it. He bought it.
So what is he doing with it right now?
Storing stuff in it. Because, coming up with the capital to fucking...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The extra capital to put in. And then on top of that, licensing and all that other shit's got to be done before you even think about it.
Yep. So a lot that has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have people are willing to start doing it and get it done.
Well, they're working on it. I mean, they're supposed to meet for McNichols on Nichols. They're supposed to meet with the city. Well, they paid the application fee to the state. The lawyer has all the stuff and is setting up a meeting with the city, because you have to meet with the city before the state will even really start looking.
Right.
So once the city approves it, then they'll start. Once we get approval from the city, then we can start actually doing the rebuild.
Doing rehab.
Yeah, because you got to gut the whole Nichols place. And
oh yeah, you already got that container sitting out there. Been sitting there for
a fucking year.
Yeah.
They do this shit on purpose, man. They make it so it takes forever, and it discourages people who don't have the extra.
Who are really
to spend
prepared to do it.
Because if
there were people that are ready to do it.
Yeah, if Mike had, say, $50 million or $100 million, you know what I'm saying? What's $5 million to spend on something that could make you triple the profits?
Right.
But if you've got $5, you can't compete because you can't spend all your fucking wealth on one investment. That's just not smart.
Right. You got to wait for that investment to start profiting.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could think.
Because that's the idea. What the plan is to get Nichols and McNichols opened up, and once Nichols and McNichols opened up, all the profits from Nichols goes to starting up the farm out in
whatever
Northfield,
else you're going,
and then the other one too, putting the effort into the one because he wants the one because that area is shit. That's the area where my fucking uncle died.
What area?
Livernois in fucking Michigan.
Your uncle died there?
Yeah, my uncle, Mark, from what I heard, from what my aunt told me, I could be, again, I knew him, of all the uncles I've had, he's the one, besides Uncle Dan, my dad's side, on my mom's side, he's the one that I knew the most. I'd seen the most growing up. I saw him at graduate, you know what I'm saying? I saw him a couple times after, because he lived in Detroit, so it's easier to access, it was easier access to him than, like, my Uncle Dean, who, shout out Uncle Dean, listens to the show, lives up in fucking the Ute.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's like 2 hours off the bridge.
Right.
So, like,
long drive.
Yeah, seeing him's going to be a little more difficult. But Uncle Mark moved down here in 85. He said he moved down in 85 and never left.
So he died?
He OD'd.
Oh, he OD'd.
Yeah, down there.
You know what he OD'd on?
Opiates of some sort. Okay. Pills. Some kind. He was an heroin.
How long ago was this?
2 years ago.
Oh, recently.
2 or 3 years. Yeah, he was in he just turned 50.
Oh, damn. Probably the opioid shit.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. He came down and he, like, never got off of it, I guess.
That opioid shit and that fentanyl, man, killing more people. His ridiculous.
Daughter died, like, I think 6 months before him.
Damn.
Of the same thing.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's like...
It's a lot of people on opioids.
But that's that area, man. That area, there's not much there. What jobs can you get in that area? There's no transportation outside of it, so you can't, like, getting to somewhere that has more opportunity is fucking difficult.
But that whole opioid thing, it's a lot of people fucked up on it.
Yeah, and a lot of people are fucked up on it because a lot of the jobs that they could do are gone.
No, but there's a lot of rich people fucked up on it, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rich people fucked up on it.
It's a very addictive it's very addictive. It feels good.
If you just think about the last 2 or 3 years, all the entertainers, and mostly white entertainers, have either committed suicide because of it, or it killed them.
Who committed suicide and died because of opiates? Like Mac Miller died, but he was a druggie.
That Spade girl.
Who?
Spade. She had a fashion thing going, and she's the Spade comedian is his sister.
Okay, David.
Yeah. She killed herself because of opioids. They think maybe
Anthony Bourdain.
They think he might have relapsed, and that's why he killed himself.
He probably did, because it's one of those drugs that it's like anything though, man. When you get hooked on something,
it's crazy.
The addiction is real.
I know, and like I look at my life. I messed around with that cocaine a little bit for about 1.5 years, but I got out of it. I said, "Oh no, this."
So I was listening to this one guy talk about the addiction, the opiates, and that stuff. When they give it to people, like the case studies that they had, the case studies aren't for people who are poor and losing their jobs and have no hope. The case studies are always people who have some kind of like life.
Yeah.
A life that's more positive than other people. So those people, they didn't get addicted to it. Some of them did. It's like a small percentage. But even that, because think how many people get prescribed some kind of opiate in this country on any given day.
It's not just opiates.
No, I know, but just the opiates themselves.
You're right.
Only a small percentage of those people stay on the opiates or keep going on to harder opiates. You know what I'm saying? It's not everyone.
Well, that's what you said, right.
Yeah, and the reason why is twofold. One, your body has to be one. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah, but it has to want it.
Yeah, I did a Vicodin. I took a Vicodin one time when I fucked my shoulder up when I was like 19.
Yeah.
Couldn't sleep. Gave me panic attacks because I was trying to sleep. No one ever told me that Vicodins are uppers.
I didn't know that either.
No idea. I thought it was a downer. It's a fucking opiate. I see all those heroin guys are like, oh. So I'm like thinking that's what's going to happen. It's going to make me pass out. No, it made my fucking heart go 1,000 miles a minute. I couldn't sleep. Every time I get, like, you know how you have those, like, you ever gotten to the point where you're trying to, not that you're trying to fall asleep, but you're falling asleep and halfway into you're into the dream mode and you can start hearing your heart.
Oh, I've never had. That's never happened to me.
It used to happen to me all the time when I
Really?
was young. Yeah, it used to give me panic attacks because it was.
You can hear your heart when you feel your heart.
You feel your heart. You
Yeah.
feel your heart like more intensely. Like you get into that, and it's a dream state. It's a half dream state,
Right.
half awake state, and so but you also feel yourself start to slow down because that's naturally what happens when you fall asleep. Is your body slows down.
Right.
So which would cause me to panic, be like, oh my god, my heart's stopped.
My heart's gonna stop.
Yeah, but I didn't. Again, I'm not supposed to be conscious when this is happening, but for some reason I used to stay conscious during those moments.
That state.
That state
yeah,
going
that period
on,
of time.
and it would make me panic until I talked to a medic, not a medic. I really don't even know who this guy was. I can't remember his fucking name.
But he explained to you what was going on, or what he thought was going on.
He was the EMS guy.
Oh, okay,
for
yeah.
Holly at the time, and he had told me that that's a common reason why we get fucking calls. We get a lot of calls of people who have the phantom heart, like that's a common thing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And once I realized, like, oh, it's that half in, half out dream state, because
Would that be in the REM state, maybe?
no, REM state's even deeper than that.
Okay.
REM state's when
This
your
is
eyes
before REM state.
This is before
You're like
even-
drifting off.
yeah, into sleep.
But you're still a little bit conscious.
Still a little bit conscious, but not enough to understand that you're conscious.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a bad dream. You know how you wake up from
Yeah.
a bad dream? It's kind of in the same. It's the same feeling, except for you're not dreaming yet,
Gotcha.
and your heart's slowing down. And again, it has not happened to me in 20 years. This is not something that I deal with anymore because once I understood what a panic
What
attack
was going on?
yeah, there's no
It
reason
was
to
no-
have them. Like,
There's no panic.
yeah,
anymore.
it's like obviously there's something like either I ate something funny and I got gas now, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah.
I can't control either one of them, so why the fuck worry about it?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
No one ever fucking dies and knows it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never like every panic attack's like, oh, I'm gonna die this time. It's like, no.
I've never had one of those.
Well, I used to.
Knock on wood.
Well, you shouldn't. You're not going to have them. It's one of those things that I think you're it's like, it was my mental state because I was on that. I was still, when my mom passed, I never went.
Oh, I see what you said. It was
Never went all. So as I got deeper into the depression, things like that started happening.
Yeah.
Like I remember being, because I had to move into my dad's house for like 3 months when I was in my mid-20s, late 20s. And me and my brother got a fucking trailer for like $100. Dude, they were selling it like it was a busted up trailer, and we're like, oh, we're gonna fix this bitch up. We're that kind of guys. We're gonna
Right.
fix it up, and then we're gonna sell it for like $2,000, and we're gonna make our fucking money. No,
Didn't happen.
Shit. I quit my job and tried to go to school and wasted a bunch of fucking money doing that. But right before I got rid of the trailer and I moved in with my dad, I was at the lowest point, like low. And I remember spiders. I used to fucking hallucinate spiders at night or in the morning every time I'd wake up.
Yo. You would.
I'd be laying there and it'd be like, I wouldn't really wake up.
Do you have a phobia about spiders?
No, I have no phobia.
I do.
I have none.
I
No,
have
it wasn't
phobia.
spiders. It was something. There was a presence on my body. Like again, I felt like it was. Sometimes it was spiders. Sometimes it was a thing in the corner of the room.
Yeah,
But it was
yeah.
just me being in that half awake,
Right.
depressed, and then it would just I'd hallucinate these things and freak the fuck out. And I did that for like 3 or 6 months before they put me on. I don't remember, Clonopin, I think is the first one I started taking. And then it went to Wellbutrin, or I think 3 or 4 other ones before I ended up on like Wellbutrin and Zoloft, and then cannabis.
It didn't cannabis.
Yeah, because I couldn't do it no more. I was like, the money was just ridiculous. I was paying $250 a month, $250 a month just for my meds, not including the $250 I was paying for the insurance, so that the meds were only $250 a month.
Got you.
You know, that's $500 a month, and I'm only making $15 an hour working. Sometimes I work 40, but most of the time they keep us under 40 because they don't have the jobs.
Them right. They don't want to pay you overtime.
Yeah, and they don't want to pay us overtime. So
I want to tell you a real weird state to be in. Let me tell you what happened to me, man. I got the flu. This was about 8 or 9 years ago. And I caught the flu. And a really bad flu, right?
Right.
So I couldn't eat or sleep. I didn't eat or sleep for 4 days. 4 days.
Sleep or eat?
Or eat.
That's some mess shit right there.
And I'm laying.
I was gonna say.
It was just me and my. It was just me and my dog. And I'm laying in the bed like this. I had to crawl to the bathroom, all that crazy shit. So I'm laying in the bed like this, and I look over at the door. And this little midget came in, dressed in a weird silver suit. Came in, walked over to the edge of my bed, and stood there. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, what the fuck? Then
We'll switch it from meth to LSD.
and then a motherfucker walks in that's about 8 feet tall.
What?
About 8 or 9 of them came in. They were all dressed in weird space suits and shit.
What?
Yeah, man. And I'm looking at this shit and I'm thinking to myself, oh, goddamn aliens are here.
Oh, good.
But then I looked at my dog, and my dog wasn't acting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just laying there. And I thought to myself, the dog don't see him. So I must be hallucinating, I thought to myself. And that's what was going on.
Yeah.
I hadn't eaten in so long and slept. I
Yeah.
started hallucinating.
So, yeah, you will hallucinate. Like, there's ways to make you can breathe if you can hit the right breathing pattern. You can take yourself into a mushrooms type state of
Kundalini.
mind. What?
You can take yourself into a Kundalini
Yeah.
state.
Well, that's what I'm trying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that through the meditation.
Right.
At some point, like, to get to a point where I can
Well,
get those answers I want.
maybe you shouldn't get high for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And meditate. Just meditate. And see what happens.
Try not to lose all your funds in that thing because you'll become an asshole. Because that would be tough.
No, you just learn who my real friends are, the ones that stop
Right.
showing up.
You're right. The ones that don't show up.
How are we gonna have a show then? We can't have a show every 3 days if I'm sitting here just watching you smoke. There ain't no way I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna be sitting here like this.
Oh, it'd be interesting. We'll make notes on your progress.
Yeah, okay. I'm not doing the sober October. Maybe next year.
The sober October.
Would you tell a mental patient to stop taking his Zoloft?
I don't know.
I wouldn't recommend it.
It would depend
I wanted
on.
to see if it was helping.
Well, no.
The problem with those drugs, there's a difference between cannabis and those drugs. I'm not trying to correlate.
Well, those are more.
Well, they're more addictive in a sense that when I went off, because I was on 150 milligrams of Wellbutrin, or 200 milligrams of Wellbutrin, 150 Zoloft. That was my cocktail.
No, but see, I don't know what these medicines are for. What are they?
They're all for depression.
Oh, okay.
The Zoloft is an additive to the Wellbutrin to help the Wellbutrin do more. They basically replace serotonin in your head.
Right.
And by replacing the serotonin, you don't feel as depressed,
Gotcha.
which lets you get through the day. The problem is my serotonin levels weren't low because there's a misfiring. My serotonin levels were low because I was a fat ass that ate shitty food and didn't exercise and didn't do any actual inner.
Yeah, you showed me a picture of you. It
Yeah.
didn't even look like you. I was like, no, that's not you.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things that, I didn't have a purpose. And I still don't really, I don't want to say purpose is the wrong word because I don't put much into the purpose part. It's more about just living in the moment. But
Doing it, yeah.
back then there's no reason to really give a shit because I wasn't going to make it to 32 anyway. Like the only person I gave a fuck about died at 32 and everyone else I know that I gave a fuck, well, not everyone, but this one dude I knew died at 30. Like, it was like in my head, for some reason as a child, I had it in there that I wasn't making it.
That you could go at any time.
Well, I knew I could go at any time.
Yeah.
And having that mindset, I didn't really plan for shit in the future. But it's also because that's being an adult.
But were you thinking about death that young?
Yes.
See, I
The
don't.
moment my brother died at 5.
Oh, you had death around you. That's why.
My brother died at 5, and I saw his dead limp. Like, my first memory is his body in my mom's arms.
It was death around you. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have any death in my family to tell you.
No, I knew all about
I did,
it.
but I think I was sheltered from it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. My dad took me to the fucking funeral. And I think it was because that one mistake, he doesn't even know he made it, but that one mistake influenced a good portion of my life. It doesn't influence me anymore, but it influenced a ton of my life because he didn't shut the door. All he had to do was close the door. He's in his bedroom. Just shut the door to your bedroom. The kids aren't gonna. We don't open doors. We're fucking taught not to touch shit. So it's not like we're gonna open it. But the door was open, and all three of us kids, my brother and sister don't remember this, but we're like standing there, and Mom's fucking sobbing, and Russell's dead. I mean, you knew he wasn't supposed to make it anyway. So like, it was kind of like always expecting.
Yeah, it was not unexpected.
From the fucking beginning, and that's not something I should know at 5.
Yeah, you're right.
But somehow I did, and
you saw death.
Yeah, and
at a young age,
and it fucked me up a lot because it scared me from everything. On top of whatever my dad shook me.
That's why
because I know my dad's anger, and I know what he's done to me as a young adult,
child, yeah.
And a child. I can't imagine what he did when I was a kid and no one was around. Mom happened to be at the fucking doctor or something, and I'm not done crying.
Shake your ass.
Oh, dude. Fuck, it wouldn't surprise me if he threw me.
Damn.
Dude, he can't control his anger. The guy snaps on a fucking... I mentioned fucking one thing about healthcare, and he literally yelled at me, and we don't fucking talk.
Has he ever had therapy?
No.
He probably wouldn't go to a therapist.
Why would he need a therapist? There's nothing wrong with it.
In his mind, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. And...
everybody else is an asshole.
He never is wrong. It's your fault that you... And there are some things that he's right. That in his mind, he may be right about how he perceives
things.
But he didn't understand that other people perceive the world in a different way. He's not empathetic in any way.
He just sees his way.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, and that's why I don't know where the fuck I got any of what I got from. It has to be mostly from my mother. Because I don't snap on it. Well, I do have anger issues, obviously, but I always went in with them. Instead of going out, it was always in.
But subconsciously, you didn't like the way he was treating you throughout your life, so subconsciously you told yourself you would never be that person. That's eventually how you become.
To an extent.
I mean, it's not all of it, but it has something to do with it.
Yeah. But I also saw myself in him a lot, too, in certain situations. Like with dog, because I never had kids, so I never got to see myself in that situation. But I have had other dogs, and when I was younger with other dogs, I made really bad choices when my anger got, because they're kids. They act like fucking little bratty 2-year-old kids, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together. You're a dog. All my parents' dogs were all trained. Like my stepmom.
You're not supposed to go to the bathroom in the house.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to eat my food when I walk out of the
the shit that my parents' dogs didn't do. But my stepmom put a lot of effort into the Germans back then. Plus, they were German Shepherds. Those fucking things are smart, man.
Yeah.
They're a little too smart.
One of my best friends, he was a dog trainer for years. And they have a German training method called Schützen.
Schützen.
Yeah. No. It's called Schützen. It's a way to train dogs. It's a German method. Best in the world. And my friend knew how to do it. They can train dogs to sniff out bodies. They can train dogs to sniff out bombs or bodies, all kinds of shit.
That is crazy. Like when we were working because I did a lot of work at Customs at Metro down in the Delta building, whatever it is, the McNamara. Did a lot of custom shit, and you see dogs down there all the time, but they're all different. You just have to get like if you're coming in from some other country, you just have to be lucky and hope you got a bomb sniffing dog and not a fucking drug sniffing dog, because the bomb sniffing dog don't smell the drugs. And then they have fruit sniffing dogs too.
Yeah,
dogs that are
specific things. Yeah. Dogs are amazing. They say certain dogs can smell cancer in people.
Yeah,
dogs can tell when people get ready to have seizures.
But we have a dog like that because my wife has seizures. Well, we used to. He just passed. She's never sees her. She come over,
yeah.
claw on her, and then pat on her foot.
Yeah.
And she would notice it out.
Oh, nice. That's
It
awesome.
was pretty crazy.
Dogs are amazing. Dogs are amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty. They're better. When it comes to evolution, you gotta wonder who won. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you think about it, humans, the stress we put on ourselves to survive. Dogs went, you know what? I see them fucking dummies, and they're constantly fucking stressing, and they're just leaving their scraps everywhere. They're lazy as fuck. You know what? I'm gonna go live off them.
I wish my dog had hands or thumbs. Oh yeah, I put that motherfucker to work.
Oh, that little bitch went.
That motherfucker be cleaning. No, that motherfucker be cleaning the house and washing the dishes.